Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to I'm Destiny Calling Tarot. Today we're going to do a weekly reading, and this will cover the time frame of December the 15th through December 21st. So this will be a general reading for the collective. So you might notice things possibly resonating a few days before these dates, maybe even a few days after. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll pull an energy card, which will symbolize the overall energy here for this reading. Spirit, please provide me with details for Scorpio during the time frame of December 15th through December 21st. What messages would you like to have come forward for Scorpio? You have karma. The overall energy will be karma. Let's dive into that. All right, let's get your spread started. Spirit, please provide me with messages for Scorpio. Okay, so you have the Death card, which appears as your first major arcana card in the reading. Likely very symbolic of your karma changing. You're transitioning from one karma situation that you've dealt with, and you're slowly transitioning away from it and into a new beginning as far as your karma goes, which means you've been very busy going inward and doing the work. Spirit, please provide me with additional messages for Scorpio from December the 15th through December 21st. All right, you have the Emperor. That's the next major arcana card. I'm going to try every single reading. I'm very clumsy. At least once every reading I tend to almost drop the entire deck all at once. Okay. Spirit, please provide us with one more card. One message for Scorpio. One additional message for Scorpio. And here it is. You also have the Hermit card. All right. So we begin with Swords. You have 10 of Swords as your first card. Yeah, 10 of Swords. So this is, wow, this is really interesting. Okay, so the 10 of Swords is really going to represent being at the lowest point of a situation. So, Scorpio, for you, this is likely you feeling like you've hit rock bottom. It's very representative of something needing to end in order to give way to change and new beginnings. But there's also a feeling here of hope. So with your karma card, you're really trusting and having faith in the process, I feel. In the sense that you believe that your difficult karma that you've had to experience is coming to a close. And then you have Six of Wands. This is going to be you being vindicated. Okay, it's an acknowledgement card, a recognition card. It's likely, very likely, the beginning of enlightenment for you. And you're very much in the energy. You're in the energy of strength and power, even in the difficult karma energies that you've had to deal with, which is very symbolic here of the Emperor card coming out in the reading here. And next up, we have the Six of Pentacles card. So this is generally representative of giving and receiving. This could represent, depending on your situation, it could be a material possession of some kind. It could represent even a loan. But for a lot of you, I do feel it's emotional support for a lot of you. And maybe it's something that you haven't really had too much of this in your past, and it's kind of like it's new territory for you. And depending on the way we perceive things, that can be very exciting for you. Ten of Pentacles is your next card. So this is going to signify a sense of security, a sense of comfort, and a definite sense of permanence. Very, very strongly resonating that hard work. Scorpio, you are a very hard worker. And really have a great attention to detail as well. And with that combination, I really, really do feel that this has brought you some form of prosperity. So whether that be financial abundance or it be an abundance of feeling content with what it is that you do on a daily basis. So if you're working in a position or a career and you really love it, doesn't necessarily mean that you're reaping a large financial benefit from it. It means that you're energized by doing the work. Yeah, and then next up we have the Death card. So the Death card, I never see this card as a bad card myself. It symbolizes something so beautiful. It symbolizes something, something ending that just didn't make sense, and it wasn't meant to be for you. It didn't work for you. Whether it be relationships, habits, or ways of thinking, or all of the above. Um, a lot of the time, this card is viewed with fear, um, but it really should be viewed in my experience as growth. Okay. It is highly symbolic of a knowing that life is changed, but it's never taken away. And that is a message for certain people. And that message will resonate with you. If you feel that it was meant for you, you'll know. Um, and you'll notice too in the picture that the butterflies here in the picture, that really is symbolic of not only change, but renewal. So for you, on an individual basis, really kind of like that feeling that you get when spring comes around. So depending on where you live in the world, if you go through a winter season and it's a long winter season, and then spring comes around and things start to bloom, and the weather starts to really get more comfortable. It's really that kind of a feeling. Love this. Okay. Even though I'm not a Scorpio, it's still exciting for me to see what the next card will bring and how the story will unfold. And for me, reading, I love to see the I don't know if I call them synchronicities. Just the way things have a way of working out, and it's highly significant of in divine order and divine timing. Okay, so the next card here is Eight of Cups. So this is possibly a feeling of really abandoning the old, and um, it's the beginning of a need for solitude and really searching for deeper meaning. There's a little bit of reluctance, maybe even a little bit of sadness, which is absolutely normal during this process, and a necessary part. But this too shall pass. All right. Next up is 10 of Cups, and it definitely does pass. This is a joy card. This is a peace card, fulfillment, happiness, family. It's really the perfect blending of love, friendship. This can really represent, for many of you, the happily ever after. Now, that might mean for you personally on an individual level, finding happiness within yourself, or this could also represent you on a relationship level as well, of course. But for others, like I say, it's an internal self love. I'm really feeling a sense of blessings. And I think that's very symbolic for someone who needs to hear at this time how important it is to be truly grateful for all of the things that you currently have in life. The ability to truly feel grateful for the things that you have at this time are what allows additional things to appear in your life in the future. So it's such a powerful it's such a powerful force, and you have all of the reason right now to focus on gratitude. And the reason being, you may be coming out of a mindset where it was really hard to focus on the positive side. The gratitude practices that are implemented at this time are going to take things to a whole new level for you. Just saying. I mean, maybe you don't want to go to a whole another level, um, but I think you do. All right, so we have Four of Swords. So this is the second card, and I see the Hermit down here. So I'm almost already seeing three cards in your spread, indicating that this is a recuperation time, a reflection time, and also a withdrawal time. You really You're really in need of rest and recharging your body and your mind so that you can move forward in your journey. So I really feel for you, Scorpio. Um, so you've been to battle in more than one area in your life. And, now that the battle has passed, you really do need to take the time to heal. And also, this can be symbolic for some of you. It's telling you to step back from a situation um, that you're dealing with. And if it's necessary, it's going to allow you to really review what your next course of action should be. And then you have the Five of Swords. This is really going to represent you looking out for yourself and what allowing yourself to claim what is rightfully yours. You whether or not you struggle with this, you do have an understanding. Um, that you can certainly look out for yourself, but by hurting others in the process out of your own self-interest, it really will um, lead you to a shallow victory. And long term, you intuitively, instinctively, you absolutely do know the best way to approach things. It might not be the easiest, and it certainly might not be something that you feel you want. Um, but at the end of the day, you really are learning to embrace what is. Okay. And then you have the Emperor card, which appears. Nine of Cups, and then the Hermit. Okay. This is very symbolic of your energy during this time. You're very structured, I feel, protective, and I'm also very much feeling an energy of authority. It's really you're dominating, but you're dominating in a good way. I'm hearing vision when I see this. I'm hearing the word vision. Um, yeah, that's all I'm getting. I'm hearing vision. So you must. My thoughts and feelings with the overall spread is that you, during a contemplation period, will have or come to a vision that you see for yourself. And once you do, you will put your plan into action. It's really what I'm getting with that. And then you have Nine of Cups. So this is really a dream come true. Keep in mind, this energy is resonating with an energy of, yes, it is wishes granted. However, what can happen is once the wish is granted, we no longer desire what it was that we wished for to begin with. So there is a little bit of concern here with that. And that might be something that comes up during your contemplation rejuvenation period. And for others, this is very, very symbolic of what you put out into the universe is what you get back. And with the energy here being the karma energy, the karma card, that can't be stressed enough, right? So what you're putting out into the universe as far as your energy goes is going to be like a boomerang. It all comes back around again to you. So what you want to have come back to you, make sure you're putting it out there first. All right, and so your last card is the Hermit card. So overall, it's the period of you just retreating for a period from the world, more so into solitude, and really allowing yourself on an individual level to search within yourself for deeper meaning. So it could possibly be time to put projects on hold. It could be time you could feel a need for no distractions at this time. And I feel this is going to be, it's really going to allow you in all areas of your life to really reevaluate your goals and your current path. And I think this is really symbolic also of the karma, because of the karma, you're being forced now, after having dealt with the karma, to go within and really reevaluate your goals, your motives, the path that you're on, because now you have a really good understanding of how the karma will work. You want to make sure that you are on the right path so that you are receiving what it is that you want to receive in your future. Yeah, that's overall. Um, it's such a beautiful um, process when you really think about it. Um, Probably doesn't feel like that at the time, but everybody experiences it at some point in their life, and I really do. I feel a lot of hope and a lot of faith, and I'm also feeling a sense of optimism and ambition. So going forward, you have a lot of, I guess I'm just going to say, possibilities. Okay, so that's the end of your reading for this week, Scorpio. I do have 2020 readings available if you're interested. You want to take a look and see what 2020 holds for you. They are on my website, so it would be Scorpio 2020 Extended Forecast. So take a look at that. I will continue, of course, to do these weekly readings. I very much enjoy taking the time out to do them. So if you want to join me again, please go ahead, click on like and subscribe.